Okay, so here's where we are. So today we're talking about quartiles and box plots. This is more of 8.3, that graphical representation. We talked about quartiles. We said that quartiles come from box plots, and it's just a way to divide our data, right? So when we look at quartiles, we're actually dividing the data into 4 sections. Okay, we're dividing the data into 4 sections. So the first question says, what is the median of the data set? We're going to do question number 1 with no calculator. Okay, I know that sounds crazy, but we're going to try it. So we're going to do question number 1 with no calculator. So if I have to find the median, someone tell me what that is, because I forgot what median is. Median is the middle. So if I want to find the middle of my data set, what do I have to do? Put it in what? Has to be in order. Is our data set already in order? Yeah. So I'm going to write a little note. Number 1, data needs to be in order. And do you guys remember what that order is called? Yeah. I'm going to write ascending because that's how you're going to see it probably. Ascending order. And then I'm going to write below that least to greatest. Ascending order. I'm going to make that bigger. So it has to be in ascending order. So I don't think that we've done an activity where we try to find the middle. How many data points are there? We've found the middle, right? How many data points are there? 16. What is half of 16? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no. So both of these numbers are in the middle, right? Remember when we said when we have an even amount of data points, we have to take the 2 middle numbers and find their average. So if you have an even number, you find the average of the 2 middle points. Well, finding the average, that just means I add them together and I divide by the number of points. Well, I'm adding 2 points together, so I'm going to divide by 2. So let's see, that gives me 147 divided by 2, which I think is 73.5. Yeah? Okay. So that's the median. So I'm going to erase my big old box right here, and I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put 73.5. So we might be able to honestly kind of create a box plot just around this data set. Okay. Question B says find the range. Find the range. And remember, that's the largest minus the smallest. So what's that going to look like? So 98 minus 52 is, so my range is 46. Do we feel good about that? Okay. The next question says, what is the median of the lower half? What is the median of the lower half? So I'm going to look at the lower half of my data. So this is the lower half. And I'm actually going to just rewrite it here. I'm going to just put those numbers down here. So my lower half is, let's see, 52, 60, 66, 66, 68, 72, 72, and 73. That's 8 data points. What's half of 8? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. So what do I have to do? Yeah, I have to find the average between those 2 points. 66 plus 68 divided by 2 is 67. Notice that it says, hey, the median of the lower half is known as Q1. So that's how you find Q1. I love that. So probably if we find the median of the upper half, that's going to be called Q what? The median is Q2, right? Do you remember that? So the median of the upper half would be Q3. So let's find that. So I'm going to rewrite these numbers. So to find the median of the upper half, let's see. I'm looking at the numbers 74, 75, 80, 82, 84, 91, 92, and 98. We know that there are 8 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the 2 numbers that I'm taking the average of. Or you could ask yourself, what number falls right in between 82 and 84? Yeah, I bet you this is 83. But let's check. 82 plus 84 divided by 2 is it 83? It is. That is my Q3 number. That is my Q3. So I honestly could go up here to my data set and say, okay, well, 67 right here is my Q3 or Q1. That's the beginning of my box. And then 83 right here. This is my Q3. That's the end of my box. So 50% of my data points, 50% of 16, that's half. Half of 16 is what? 8. Are 8 of my data points in my box? Yeah, they are. And 25% are going to be outside of the box on the low side. That's 4. And 25% are going to be outside of the box on the high side. Do you guys see how that works? So, I mean, it's not really a box plot, but it's kind of an outline of a box plot. We kind of made an outline of a box plot just by looking at that data and finding the median of the data set and then the Q1 and the Q3. So I'm going to label this Q1 because remember 67 was Q1, and I'm going to label my 83 Q3. Okay. All right. So for the rest of it, I'll allow us to use a calculator, but I do think that we might have to be able to do the median without a calculator. Okay. So the first and third quartiles are sometimes known as the upper and lower quartiles. We put that on our graphing activity when we did our journal. We did upper and lower quartiles. The quartiles, the median, the lowest and the highest values, called the minimum and the maximum, is in a data set comprised of what we call the 5-number summary. You guys have already learned about that, right? And it can be graphically represented in a box plot. We already know that. This type of plot is also called a box and whiskers plot because you take the 2 extremes, the maximum and the minimum, right? And you connect them to your box with what we call the whiskers. So we're going to use the data set that's above, and we're going to create a box plot. We're going to use a data set that's above, and we're going to create a box plot. So when I use this data set above, my lowest is 52 and my highest is 98. So I really need to go from like 50 to 100 on my number line. 50 to 100. So I think that if I start actually at 45 and count by 5s, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Travis, are you taking notes with me or you zoned out? Okay. So let's start with the median. What did we say the median of this whole data set was? We calculated the median. That's question 1A. What did we give the median? We called it 73.5. So 72.5 is right here in between 70 and 75. So I'm going to say that this number right here, I'm going to draw it all the way through, is 73.5. And I'm going to put a little arrow up at the top, and I'm going to write the word MED over it for median. Okay, that is going to be my median, 73.5. Well, where is my Q1? That was question C from number 1. What was it? 67. So probably right about here. So I'm going to draw a line down and put the number 67. And I'm also going to draw it straight up and put Q1 over the top of it. And these two start to form my box. Those start to form the left side of my box. Okay. What is my Q3? 83. So I'm going to draw a line down in between 80 and 85, closer to the 85. And I'm going to write 83 below that. And I'm going to draw it up and I'm going to label it Q3. And then my whiskers are my maximum and my minimum. My minimum was 52. So I'm going to draw this line out to right here. And I'm going to put the word minimum over the top of it. And I'm just going to draw an arrow and put 52 because that was my minimum. And what was my maximum? Do you guys remember? Wasn't it 98? Yes, my maximum is 98. So I'm going to put a little point on my number line and call that 98. I'm actually going to, I'm going to erase these little guys just so you can see the box. You guys see exactly where your box is? Like this is your box plot. And these are just the points that meet on the graph. So you can kind of know what your numbers are. So that's a box plot, right? How do we feel about that? Good. Okay. Let's go to the next one. So I have the ages of 15 employees at this house, this Curry house are given below. So using the TI-84, we're going to calculate the 5-number summary. Using the TI-84, we're going to calculate the 5-number summary, and then we're going to draw our box and whiskers. And then we're done with our notes. So someone other than Ashton, because he's been really vocal about it, someone other than Ashton walk me through the steps. How about Uriah? Tell me how to do this. No, we're using our calculator, so I don't even care. Talk me through the steps of the calculator, bud. Stat edit, put in your number. Should we clear our list first? Probably just in case this set has fewer numbers than your last one. You always really want to start with a clear list. Okay, so we're going to input our numbers. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. So remember, if you arrow up to the last data thing that you put in your list, the last data point, So for us, it should be 44. It should say L1 and then in parentheses 15. That tells you that you got all 15 of your data points in there. Does that make sense? Okay, Uriah, we're waiting on you. When you're ready, you tell us the next step. Okay. Okay. Got it. All righty. So 5-number summary. So let's write out what that is. I need my minimum. I need my Q1. I need my median, which is also called Q2. I need my Q3. And I need my max. Okay. You ready, Uriah? What'd you get for your minimum? That is not what I got. Ashton. I also got 16. Q1. So did I. Median. Yours won't work. Because your list is not list 1, your list is Y1. You see that? List is still Y1, but really your data is put in L1. So you see how this says L1 right here? We just need to change that. Someone in your other class is being under. Huh? That's fine. So just put it in L2. Okay, so let me do it with you. Can I show you really fast? So input the points. Count them off to me. 16. Yep. 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 Okay, so when you go to your
What's funny?
so when you go back to your calculator, see how it says L1? You're calculating that for L1, you don't have one, so you need to change it to L2. So L2 is this right here. So we're gonna do this and choose this L2. And then your calculation. Okay, you're welcome. All right, so median we said was 26 maybe? Okay, and then what did we get for Q3? 37. And what did we get for our max? Okay. So we have to make a box plot. I'm going to erase these right here really fast. So our number line should go start at maybe 10. And if we count by fives, we should go all the way up to like 45 or 50. So 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm just going to put a 50 on there so it looks like I'm using all my space. Okay, median, 26. So that's going to be right above the 25. And I'm just going to put a little point right here on my graph and write the number 26 there. I'm going to make this nice and big so everybody can see it. So that's the middle of my box, right? Okay, my minimum, or sorry, my Q1 was 18. So I'm going to say that's about right here. I'm going to put the number 18 on my number line. And my Q3 was 37, which is about right here. So I'm going to put the number 37 so I know what it is. And then I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to hook these together and make my box plot. So remember, this is my Q1. This is my median. And this is my Q3. Then I have to just do my little whiskers. So my minimum was 16. So I'm going to write the number 16 here. And my maximum was, I think, 44. Is that right? So this is the number 44. And I'm going to label this my min. And I'm going to label this my max. And that's it.